Hello guys, welcome back to Habitual Crypto. My name's Dan, and here on the channel we like to make good habits in trading. So if you like trading cryptocurrencies, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Today we're going to talk about Bitcoin's downside that continues to happen, mainly based on the China banning cryptocurrency transactions and mining. Uh, you know, we like to stick with the TA more on this channel, but a major country like that banning all transactions, we knew the mining ban was happening, but now, the flip of a switch and you have transactions being uh, banned as well. That's really kind of sending fear throughout the market, and a lot of big investors, will won't take the risk of the downside that could bring. So we have seen a lot of selling here, and I'll go over the short and long term analysis of Bitcoin. We will take a look at Ethereum and Bitcoin dominance quickly, and then I have a few articles of the day for you guys. So with that, let's jump right in. This is the Bitcoin daily chart here, and you can see this is the entire bull cycle so far, and we have dipped down and basically got a bounce at around 29.3, which was roughly where we started this year 2021 at. So we basically got a bounce at the year open, which is it's right around 29,000, give or take. It's different on a couple different exchanges, but right around 29,000, that's where we got a bounce. And yeah, that was where we opened the year. And what do I think? I'm trying to simplify this for you guys. I said I thought we would dip down that low one more time and get back above 3,000 or 30,000 within an hour or two, which has happened. I said I thought we still had a couple more weeks of ranging before we got there. And then I thought we would continue upward from there. I think at this point, I'm okay with saying I'm probably going to be wrong with moving up from here in, after this final dip. I think the sentiment is very, very negative right now, and normally that's the best time to buy. And I do think long term this is a great opportunity to buy, but in the short term, this next level around between 24 and 25,000, I think is possible of being hit. And it's just we're not getting the needed bounces at these areas. And the TA on the weekly and the daily just does not look good. The fundamentals are still high for Bitcoin and crypto as a whole. A big part of the dip today, I believe, was due to China banning cryptocurrency transactions and mining. And a lot of people think this is good for Bitcoin in the long run. And I tend to agree, but in the short term, it is sending fear throughout the markets. You saw a top CNBC, host Jim Cramer saying when he heard that news, he sold almost all of his Bitcoin. Big investors are not going to take the risk of a superpower, banning exchanges or transactions in cryptocurrency and banning the mining. But I'll explain why I think that's a good thing. And the reason they're doing it is because of their CBDC, their central bank digital currency that they've created and been implementing. They don't want any competition. China wants full control over their people, and it's pretty scary if you're living there and you have to rely no more on paper money, but now a digital currency that is in complete control by the government. It's different if you're in a country where you have rights, but with that, but you don't there. So they control, what goes on with that. So then they don't want any competition. It's not a free, it's not free money. You don't have freedom with your money. So that's you know that's why they're doing it. Um, and yeah, if we zoom in here on the, let's go to the 15 minute. Um, you can see, Bitcoin's still not able to change even the 15-minute trend yet. So we'll see if this was the bottom for today. But it got a lot of work to do. The alts are suffering quite a bit. If I go to Bitcoin dominance, I told you guys the best bet is to be very patient on Bitcoin dominance and wait for at least 50%. I think we're going to 50 to 55% before this comes, reverses. Um, Obviously, we'll see some swings here and there when Bitcoin catches its footing. This will probably head down and the alts will get a somewhat of a relief. But right now they are bleeding out to, in their dollar and Bitcoin pairing. So be very safe out there in your trading. This is very volatile trading. So, unless you have you feel very confident and experienced, I would, hold off for the most part. So we'll see what happens with everything, but yeah, that's Bitcoin dominance and Ethereum. Now let's see. It's above 1800 again, but we did dip down to 1700. So yeah, it's we're losing some major supports, and let's see where everything closes today. But again, the less riskier move right now would either to be in Bitcoin if you're okay holding that long term and waiting, uh, for it to recover, or in cash if you think we're going to go lower. But yeah, as far as altcoins go, it's a little too volatile. Unless you're very experienced, I wouldn't be trading too much in this because the timing has to be pretty accurate for you to successfully trade some of this. So we'll see what happens with Ethereum. As far as news today, I mentioned the China banning, cryptocurrency transactions and mining, and yeah, some people are saying, that this is great news because the mining is headed to other countries, including the U.S. We want the Bitcoin mining to be spread out more evenly across the globe. That makes it safer. You don't want one country doing more than a certain percentage of the mining, and most likely it's headed to places with more renewable electricity. And yeah, it's good that this was a major argument against Bitcoin for the past few years, that people were scared China could, you know, control all of the mining companies and do something drastic all at once, which could really affect Bitcoin. But now that mining is pretty rapidly moving out of China and going to spreading out throughout the world, which is good. And yeah, let's see. One Brandon Arvan Arvanagi. He was a former security engineer at Gemini, the crypto exchange. Um, he compared China's harsh stance against Bitcoin with the country's ban on Facebook and Google. So, they've already banned. This isn't something to be afraid of. They've banned enormous, you know, companies and industries that are still growing, have still grown across the world. So it's not like if China bans something, it's not going to take off still. Um, and he says Bitcoin is the greatest store of value in history, and nothing is even comparable. And yeah, I agree. It can't be controlled. Like we say, China banned Bitcoin, but they're really only banning themselves from Bitcoin. It's not. Uh, the rest of the world is still able to use it in countries where you have some sense of freedom. So again, I think this is good long term. Um, if we look, this is a stock to flow model. So those of you that, I you can't deny how accurate it's been. And yeah, I mean, you see this big dip here, kind of getting away from the model here, but we have had, in 2013, we went a lot higher than we were supposed to and dip back down to it. So you can sway away from this. And, the projections for the stock to flow are now still 135,000 being the minimum at the end of this cycle, and 430,000 being the maximum. So still very bullish for it to stick with the stock to flow. We will see if this can actually stay relevant, like it has been for the past 10 years. So it's a good model. I don't think it's gone off the model, far enough yet to be, um, to be irrelevant. Let's see here. Also, be aware that the Grayscale Trust. So this is important. Tomorrow, basically, when you invest in their Bitcoin trust, you have to hold for a certain amount of time, and 6 months was one of the times for the ranges that you had to hold for. And tomorrow, a big chunk of, if we look here at this chart, June 23rd, 8.2 thousand roughly, or even more, I think it's closer to 9,000 Bitcoin will be released, unlocked for those investors to be able to sell. So, that's that's important. And then we have another big one in July. So, you know, just be aware the price can still go down here. So, and investors that have been wanting to sell out and haven't been able to because it's been locked up, you know, no matter how the price looks, they might have already made a decision that they want to, you know, take profits. So, you know, a lot of things happening. You got to be ready for it here. And yeah, there's this is basically saying that support kind of is not really there between, you know, 25,000 and 29,000. So if we do lose that, you know, where we got the bounce today, there's a good chance we do go, you know, to 25,000. I think between 24 and 25,000 is basically the next major support level, besides where we got the bounce today around 29,000. So just be ready if we do, and closing the day is most important. So if we close the day below 29,000, that's a pretty bad thing to happen. We want to be closing, above that. And yeah, let's hope this can continue to hold. I mean, it's not like we really have gone much lower than uh, the previous, capitulation here was, let me see here. Yeah, this is on Bitstamp, so let me just look at, here's Binance. So yeah, we did go to, let's see what the daily close was, or the low was 30,000 on Binance the first day in May 19th, and now we have dipped below that to 28.8. So yeah, 28.8. So yeah, I mean, basically 29,000, that's the support. That's the major support you want to hold. And if we don't do that, then I would be looking at 25,000 as our next stop. But closing the days are most important here. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys. And I will see you tomorrow on my daily video. Be sure to check out the live stream from 1:30 p.m. Eastern to 3:30 p.m. Eastern. Today we might start around 2 p.m. Eastern and go till 4. All right, guys, have a great day.